the enemy of the church? Who is the enemy of the church? Many times we see or talk about an enemy as one giant man somewhere who is waiting to fight our Christianity. Sometimes we talk about an enemy as one woman in the village who is manipulating our progress. Many people still see their enemies as the people that have decided not to have interest in what they do. Many also qualify their enemies as those ones in their office that do not talk to them or hate them. Inasmuch as some of these people may show signs of enemies, I want you to know that they are not your enemies. The enemies of the church is the person of malice, the person of anger, the person of hatred, the person of fornication, the person of adultery, the person of stealing, taking what does not belong to you, the person of liar. The enemy of the church is that character that you have allowed not to live your life. That is your enemy. The Bible makes us to know from the book of Ephesians chapter 6, it says we do not battle against flesh and blood, but against principalities and powers, against the rulers of darkness of this age, against anything that lifteth its head against the knowledge of God. What are the things that lifts their head against the knowledge of God in your life? These are the things I've mentioned. The enemy of the church, it is the person in you that have not allowed the manifestation of the light of God to shine forth in your life. And that enemy uses those anger, those hatred, those malice, that seed of hatred, that seed of anger in you, that seed of criticism, that seed that makes the Holy Spirit don't have place in your life. That is the seed the enemy uses against you. And that enemy is the person within. Hello and welcome to this program today. God bless you for stopping by. This is still your sister from another mother, Justina Obasokore, in the program called Just Keep Holding On. Were you thinking of quitting? No matter how difficult it seems, I want to let you know that you must never give up. It is a never ever give up matter. Yes, it is the matter of holding on because God is near. I welcome you to this video again. Today we are going to be talking about the enemy. Like I said from the beginning of this video, many times we think that our enemies are those people that do not need us or do not want our progress. They are not your enemy. Today, from the book of Romans chapter 8 from verse 1, Bible says, there is now therefore no condemnation unto them that are in Christ Jesus, unto them that do not walk according to the flesh, but according to the Spirit. So I want us to know that those people that our eyes are fixed on, that shows the signs of who an enemy is, or that shows the quality, or that shows the criteria or the characteristics of the manipulative force of the enemies. They are not your enemies because they do not have power over you. If you are a child of God, there is no condemnation that will dwell in your life. Like I was saying before, Bible says in the book of Ephesians chapter 6, from verse 10, when we read from verse 10 down, you will see that the Lord ordered us to put on the whole armor of God, that we may be able to withstand the wiles of the enemies. And what are these wiles of the enemies? They have spiritual, we have the spiritual aspect and the physical aspect. Don't care about the noise. There are people walking at our backyard, so that's where the noise is coming from. I hope you will understand. So I want us to look into the enemy within, the enemy in the heart. Those are the most dangerous enemies we should fight against. The enemy in the person of anger. The enemy in the person of hatred. The enemy in the person of malice. The enemy in the person of criticism, adultery, fornication, idolatry, lies, stealing, and all of those things that qualifies the characters of an enemy. Get rid of anger, it destroys a man. Get rid of stealing, it rubbishes your reputation. Get rid of lying, it makes you not be trusted. Get rid of fornication, it actually blocks your destiny. Get rid of adultery, it creates distrust between you and your spouse. Get rid of them. Get rid of all of those filthiness. Get rid of all of those things that makes you become heavy, because they will only succeed in dragging you slowly to the grave. If you get rid of them, you will become as light as the Spirit of God, and you will be able to stand against the wiles, the spiritual wiles of the enemies. I pray that God will meet you at the point of your need. In any way you are still struggling with that enemy within, I pray that the Spirit of God will help you to overcome. In Jesus' name, amen. God bless you for staying to the end.